Football. Welcome back to the New My podcast, where football talks get real, never match review, hot take, and reaction. We start banter, passion, mixing it with analysis from the local pitches to the global stages. And if you also crave controversy, well, this is the kitchen where we cook and serve it best. So make it your home for football talk that never pulls its punches. We are going to Spain, La Liga. We're going to react to the Real Madrid game versus Espanyol. Now, Real Madrid have been flying. They have been flying. So apparently this was a good win, but not a totally good performance. But we will take it. So we won by 2-0, and thanks to two wonderful goals by Éder Militão and Kylian Mbappé. These were rockets that were launched. They got past Dimitrovic, and we got the Santiago Bernabéu on fireworks. All right, let's get to it. We're going to start with a lineup with Xabi Alonso. I mean, there is always going to be a surprise. Now, not so much because we know Carlo Ancelotti will be stepping in for the Mason Dean because he was sent off against Real Sociedad. And in the midfield, Arda Güler was rested. I mean, in my episode against Marseille, I did say Arda Güler looked really tired. He was completely off in that game, and it's not because of his quality. I feel like he was just fatigued. We saw him play the two international games as well as the game against Real Sociedad, where we were a man down. So I was happy to see him on the bench because he needed that. Now, front three, Vini stepped in at the left wing for Rodrigo, which is now, it seems like that is the deal. It seems like the left wing is a competition between Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. We did not see this coming, but it is fair enough because as much as Vinicius has been, that guy, but now it seems there's a new sheriff in town in Kylian Mbappé. You can argue otherwise. I'm not in for the Vini fraction or the Mbappé fraction. While I do personally believe now this is Kylian Mbappe's team, but I am still grateful for what Vinicius Jr. had done. But he has been struggling. He seems like he is still in the shackles of last season in a very poor form. So it is only fair enough to have that competition going on between himself and Rodrigo. Now, let's go over to the right wing. Rodrigo has not played as a right winger at all. So this is why, I do believe this competition is between Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. And that is very important. It is a healthy competition. I mean, whoever performs, consistently, let him play. On the right, this is why we've been seeing Franco Mastrotano. I mean, this kid, Xabi trusts this kid. I mean, he trusts this kid with his life. I will go as far as to say he trusts him with his life. And although, we are seeing his highs and lows, but there's one thing we can all agree on, which is his work rate, especially defensively, and he can press, and he wants to get the ball back, and it is something that he does. I feel like that is how you can also, predict his personality, his character. This is a tough kid, and I feel like this is why Xabi Alonso kind of have this association with him. So on the right, it seems like it is him and Brahim Diaz. And as much as, Mastrotano, is inconsistent, but so too is Brahim Diaz. And for Brahim Diaz, a player at that level with his experience, he should be able to lock down the right wing, and make it his. But it seems like Franco Mastrotano, he's creeping in, and at this point, he seems like he is ahead of Brahim Diaz in the pecking order. Of course, we know Kylian Mbappé is going to start, right? Like, he is on fire. So the only surprise, really true genuine surprise, is the introduction of Gonzalo Garcia. I mean, I was happy to see Gigi because when Kylian was injured during the Club World Cup, Gigi was banging goals. This was the Golden Boot. This is the Golden Boot winner during the Club World Cup, and that says a whole lot. He hasn't got a lot of minutes To be very honest, I think he should deserve a little bit more. But it is what it is. I'm happy to see him. When you have Kylian Mbappé firing the way he is, I mean, it's going to be very difficult for him to play. Now, where that leaves Endrick. He is back from injury, and the competition is kind of really rigid. It is tough. So let's see how he fits in. But anyways, we saw less than a minute. Espanyol got a strike, but Thibaut Courtois put up a save that was comfortable, and after that we saw less of Espanyol, except for the free kick that, you know, if there was any contact, then, you know, it could have been a goal. But Courtois did not concede, which is a good thing. He kept a clean sheet, so that is defensively, you know, good for the entire team. Now, it took Militão a shot from his house in Brazil. Now, that was a rocket that passed Dimitrovic, not just him. It could have been any goalkeeper, and I believe it still would have been a goal, because that was well struck. It was struck with every conviction, with every confidence, with every fiber in his being, and that was a good goal. I mean, for a defender to strike a ball like that, I mean, that means a lot. It counts for so much more. And we also saw Kylian Mbappé followed up with another rocket. I mean, a cracker, a banger. You know, it was, and again, these goals lit up Santiago Bernabéu on fireworks. The friends it was, especially the Militão goal. That was crazy. I mean, I was hyped. Celebration was, I wish I could get to celebrate every goal like that. But yeah, because it was a cracker, so it can only bring out that level of celebration. I was going crazy in here. But aside from that, we have, you know, fewer chances. A very decent chance was the one Vinicius pulled back Kylian Mbappé. No, Kylian Mbappé, the form that you're in, you should be converting that chance 10 out of 10. Why did you miss that? Why did you miss that, Kylian? But anyways, you'll be banging goals. I'm not going to be really mad at you. But I'm happy to see Vinicius Jr. was able to play like that. And for me, that was really, you know, like the top of his game today, you know. Although there is an assist to his name, but come on, we all know that was the basic pass. And it's the same from Valverde to Militão, right? Like, that was really basic. And that is what I want to see more with this team. In terms of, yes, you can grab the assist, but how are you grabbing the assist, right? Like, how are you creating that assist? It counts, because when we play teams that are really tough, I mean, we will have to work harder, like really harder, to really, you know, create good goal scoring opportunities. So, like the one other pass to Mbappe, and Mbappe, you know, took that defender, Real suits that defender for a walk and just left him in the park and put the ball back for Arda. That is a kind of chance creation. That is a kind of assist that I would really like to see. But anyways, like I said, Vini really, you know, created that chance. It was up to Kylian Mbappé to score, so Vini can grab that assist. Vinicius Jr., I don't know what is happening, man, but we do need you. We really need you to be at your best, right? This team is growing. Please get back to your best so you can go with this team, because otherwise, I don't know. You know, I don't know, with the competition, and with, you know, Jude Bellingham coming back and Camavinga coming back. Yes, they are midfielders, but mind you, they can play in advanced positions. So maybe there could be a tweak in formation. If we're going to play with more midfielders, then I don't know if you will continue to make the lineup if you don't perform as better or as best as you have been. So that was it. The game finished 2-0, and I really want to see this team against better teams. We have been getting the results. Our performance is also shaky, but I'm looking forward to seeing the Madrid derby as well as the El Clasico. I mean, when we play those games, we'll be able to really assess this team and see where we are. But until then, we're happy for the games that we have won. It is 5 wins out of 5. We're having a perfect start to the season in La Liga, and then we won our Champions League opener as well. So let's go Hala Madrid. Until then, stay blessed and peace out.